All right, New York Knicks Nation, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. Oh, it's getting easier and easier to say that. This is our third Knicks video. And before you know what, the win last night was just phenomenal. I mean, it's one of those wins that the Garden would have been rocking. I would have come home with a hoarse throat because I would have blown my lungs out from screaming from that win. Oh my goodness, it's just, you know what? I just hate the fact that we can't be there. I can't stand it. I literally can't stand it. But, you know, because we've been so bad for so long, even a glimmer of hope. And I don't even want to talk about that right now. But you know what? That was a great win. Austin Rivers, he's not going to do that every night. He's not going to play 32 minutes and shoot 9 out of 14. He's not going to score 23 every night, but you know what? It's one of those things that a different guy is being a hero, different hero every night. And that's what we needed in that 112-100 win over the Utah Jazz. In days of yore, the last 5 years, we would have lost that game. Great play also from Peyton again. 22 points, 8 assists, only 1 turnover. That's. You know, and again, we're not going to get that he's a professional point guard, but that is not something we are going to get out of him every single night. But you know what? As long as he's somewhat consistent, we can continue to win. R.J. Barrett again had a little bit of an off night shooting, only 4 of 14 for 9 points. But you know what? He contributed different ways. He only had 2 turnovers, a block, 3 steals. 1 assist, 5 rebounds. So even when he's not scoring, he's still contributing with his 33 minutes. Mitchell Robinson again, 9 points, 13 boards. I mean, it's just 3 blocks. And then you got to get into Julius. He rocks the mic because he's a Randle. 30 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists. 5 turnovers, but you know what? When you shoot 25 times, I'll take that. 0 from 5 from 3-point line, but he was 10 for 12 from the charity stripe. Total team effort. Tibbs has got the guys buying in. It's going to be, and I think it's going to be different man up every night when needed. They're going to play the hot hand. Quickly only played 6 minutes, but it was a great team effort, a great win, and a great start to the season. You know, will this continue? I'm a Knick fan, so you know what? I'm not going to be overly optimistic yet. Let me see 30 games into the season. If we're still playing around 500 and above 30 games in the season, I will say 100% this team is real. But like I said, they have a good chemistry. The guys seem to like Tibbs. They like the coach. You got the Randle. I love Julius Randle. I loved when we signed him. I was so excited when they signed him because the fact that the contract we got him from was not team unfriendly. And he's only 26 years old, and I always thought he's always had so much more of an upside as a scorer and as a rebounder if he was put in the right position, and that's what Tibbs is doing. And it had me thinking because, like I said, I go back to the Knicks from the mid 70s. I missed the heyday of the championships and the Pearl and Glide. But you know what? I got to see some good Knick teams. Never a championship team, but some good Knick teams. And it's funny though because I think back to number 30s that Julius Randle wears, and the first thing I always think of is Bernard King. Bernard King, when we made that trade from him back in the day, and we traded him for Michael Ray Richardson back in 82. He came to a Knick team that was, kind of on a downslope a little bit. The Red Holtzman was getting ready to retire. He just came off a 33-win season. He came in for 2 years and lit the NBA on fire, and that was the Hubie Brown years. We lost both seasons in the Eastern Conference semis, but I was there the day he put up 60 against the Nets. Great Christmas present. I always talk about the Christmas present that I got from my grandmother, because I'm a Giant fan, as most of you know, and it was a Craig Morton jersey, and I cried when I got that. This was a Christmas gift from my father, and it was probably one of the greatest Christmas gifts that I ever gotten, and then to watch King put up 60. But it was the acquisition of King that for a couple years made the Knicks relevant. And those 2 years we went 44-38, 47-35. And then, of course, he blew out his knee in early March of 84. But, it was getting him and we never got to see him really with Ewing. We never got to see that connection that we thought we were going to get. But most people don't understand. We never would have gotten Patrick Ewing if Bernard King didn't get hurt. If Bernard King did not get hurt in the 84 season, we wouldn't have gone 24-58. We wouldn't have won the lottery. So we never would have gotten Ewing. So it was one of those, blessings in disguise. But it was his acquisition that reminds me of Julius Randle. And yes, people are going to say, Tim, they don't play the same position. Yes, I'm aware of that. I'm talking about his scoring mentality and what he brings to the franchise on the court. When Bernard King, especially when he was rolling, when he was dropping 50 a night, he just had this air about him. He had this presence about him. Now, I remember when Julius's first season, because I was able to go to some of the games before they shut everything down. You knew he had the scorer's touch. But right now, he's just got the it factor. He's able to score. He's able to rebound. He's able to block. He's throwing assists. He's hitting it from the charity stripe. He kind of just gives me that Bernard King feel. Like that when you put him on the floor, that even if he's having an off night, he could still drop 25. And in some ways, like I said, he is turning in my mind, into the king of New York. And the king of now. And I think that he will continue to grow and progress. Julius Randle, that is. I think his scoring at times is going to come in bunches. And what I mean by that, I would not be shocked if he goes through a streak like King did, but not to the King moment. But I wouldn't be shocked if Julius drops 36 games in a row. That wouldn't surprise me. And it's an honor in some ways to see that number 30 back on the court doing what that number 30 was doing in the early 80s, or I should say the mid 80s. I'm such a Bernard King fan. I still have my Bernard King Converse weapons sneakers up in the closet. Actually, I have a couple pairs of Converse weapons, but I have the King edition because I remember the commercial with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. It's, what can the weapon do for the king? Then he holds the sneaker upside down and goes, I could do just about anything. Oh, I love that commercial. I love that commercial. Still stuck in my head. As a kid, I saw that commercial and I was like, I want those sneakers because I want to walk upside down. I never said I was very smart as a kid. But Julius is the man right now. Julius, to me, is turning back into the king of New York. Hopefully, we can get back into hopefully we get back into MSG because my seats are waiting for me, and they're cold right now. They're calling me. They want me there. They need me there. It just amazes to me that we're doing this renaissance while nobody's in the stands. Isn't that Nick-esque, though? We're doing this without anyone in the stands. Because the Garden would have exploded last night. It wouldn't even have been funny. It would have just been beyond awesome. So let's hope this streak continues. Let's hope we keep it alive. Let's hope Tibbs keeps the guys buying in, and he makes the right decisions with his lineup. I think he is. Obi Toppin should be coming back soon. But everyone's got to remember, this looks like a man-up team. That if somebody's not playing well, then we're going to man up. And we're also talking about either bringing back Tosh Gibson or Tyson Chandler. I think that would be good. And like I said, I think we could use some more strength, use some more defense, use some more rebounding, use some more toughness. Kind of bring in like an Oakley Mason type presence off the bench for a short period of time. But like I said, I think this is a good start. I think we drafted well. I think we're at the right direction. I think we're on the upward swing. And beyond that, let's go Knicks. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Knicks talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could subscribe, if you could ring that bell, I think you know what that means, that'd be awesome.